Good evening and welcome to the Gothic Bohemian Salon. The two questions of the week are very interesting, and my answer sort of requires that you know a little bit more about my life than you probably do. However, I don't really feel like explaining. Perhaps if you think about it, it will become clear to you why I'm answering the question the way that I am. The first question, of course, being, if you could have anybody's skull on your mantelpiece, whose would it be? And I went through a lot of different ideas. I thought about famous people. I thought it might be interesting to have Vlad Tepes, the original Dracula, on there. Or maybe somebody I knew, like, I don't know, Kitty looks like she might have a really great skull. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes, but of course I want Kitty to be alive for a long time, so I'll probably die before she does, so the likelihood of that is pretty small. You know, the two questions kind of got a little bit mixed up in my mind, because who would I want to visit also became whose skull do I want at one point in my head. So that was sort of interesting cross-pollination. But I also thought about Roz Williams. That's very cliche, death rock, gothic type of an answer. And I also thought about my first husband, who was cremated, so I wouldn't actually be able to have the skull. His daughter has the ashes, which is probably the best thing. So, you know, I've talked to her about maybe getting some of the ashes, actually, so that may happen eventually. I do have a lot of skulls around here. They're mostly animal skulls. I don't have a human skull yet, so it's a very intriguing question. But I finally came to a conclusion, and like I said, if you have been paying attention or you know me at all, you'll realize why I'm saying this. And the skull that I would want on my mantelpiece would be my stepfather's skull, bashed in and broken in many places. That's the skull that I want on my mantelpiece, and in that particular condition. The second part of the question was, what YouTuber would you want to go visit? And I think a lot of people are going to say Kitty, partially because she's such a sweetheart, and also because we'd like to go to England or London. And that was my first impulse as well. But then I was thinking about it, and I think for compatibility's sake, and maybe just to have a lot of fun, I'd like to go visit Shariah. So that's my answer to that one. I'm not going to explain anything, and I'm not going to answer any questions about why I picked the skull that I picked. You're just going to have to deal with that on your own. So thank you for joining me on the Gothic Bohemian Salon, and good night.